Hey guys, and happy new year. It's a new year, we're in a new space, super excited, just feeling re-energized. Finally got unpacked, but today I'm going to be doing a first impressions and review on the Dyson Corrale. I'm going to give you guys all the pros and cons of this device that I have discovered so far, and I'm also going to show you how I've been using it and styling my hair to get this sleek, kind of like flipped out bottom look to my hair. Okay, for starters, it comes in this nice box that shows off all of like the mechanical features of it. And then inside of the box, it comes with this travel case, which is also a heat resistant pad that you can use to set it on if it's hot. And then of course the Dyson Corrale itself. I got mine in the copper edition. It also comes with this charging stand that it props up on, which also collapses, and you can plug the charging port right into this, or you can plug it into the device itself. And the charging port is going to be magnetic, so it just grabs on super easily, can disconnect, but it doesn't really budge when you're using the item with it plugged in. Okay, quickly let's talk about the pros that I've already noticed while using the Dyson Corrale. So Dyson is a very prominent brand when it comes to technology innovations, and they're very on their game when it comes to taking care of the hair. So the minimal heat damage is a huge plus when buying a flat iron, which traditionally can be a bit, I don't want to say dangerous, but can cause more damage on your hair than necessary. And I think that's why I hold them as such a trustworthy brand all around. Even if there are things I don't technically love about all of the products, I think that what they stand behind and their mission is really great. So I do continue to experiment and try with all of their new innovations. So a really great feature and something that I have not seen before is, like I said, the cordless feature. And the battery, from my experience, has lasted around 30 minutes, which for me is more than enough time. If you are traveling with this and using it cordless, say you need to take it on a plane, they have a little switch here that you can pop out and turn into airplane mode. So you can take it on your carry-on, which is incredible. It also has this lock closure, so it can stay locked and shut, so it's not fidgeting around. Yeah, it's really nice. It's just like such a beautiful device too. That's another thing, is that it just looks really pretty sitting out on your vanity, your makeup stand, in your bathroom, wherever you keep it. Something I've been really impressed with is how quickly it heats up. I'm gonna do it with you guys really quickly so you can see just how fast it is. So I'm going to click it on and it'll give a little ding and let you know when it's ready. I set mine to the highest heat setting, which is 210, because I know that Dyson is a bit more conservative when it comes to the heat numbers to prevent the hair damage. Another great thing, and honestly the biggest selling point for me when purchasing this, is that it straightens and curls. That's something that can be done with any flat iron, which I used to do when I was younger, but now I don't own flat irons because my hair is naturally so straight, and Dyson doesn't have a proper, okay, so it's already done. That took about 30 seconds to heat up in total, which is wild. So like I was saying, my hair is naturally straight. Dyson does not have a curling iron. They have their air wrap, which I already have, and I've mentioned in my previous video where I did like a full review of the Dyson air wrap. It doesn't really work that well on my hair when it comes to the curling barrels. So I was really interested to see if this would act as a proper curling iron because of the flex plates and the rounded edges and just the way they marketed it overall. It created some sense of curiosity in me that I wanted to see if it would be a better solution for my hair than the air wrap. But I've definitely run into some technical issues when trying to curl my full head of hair. They say that with the flexing plates and the rounded edges, it's supposed to be really smooth and just travel through the hair really nicely. But I do still find some kinks when I'm going through. I also have noticed some inconsistencies in the outcome of the curl when I'm trying to curl my hair with this, which, to be fair, could also be from my end. And I think I have to play around with it a little bit better to see what kind of looks I can achieve and how to best achieve them. So something I noticed right off the bat, the first time I used this, is that my hair was so silky to the touch. Like the ease at which I could run my fingers through my hair was incredible. Also, my hair struggles to hold a curl like no one's business. I can curl and fully style my hair, and if there is any kind of like humidity, I don't put enough hairspray, whatever it may be, those curls will be gone. But interesting enough, every style I've tried with this so far has held all day long, and that's without any hairspray, which for me is kind of unheard of. Okay, moving on to some noticeable cons about the Dyson Corrale so far. Like I mentioned, it leaves some kinks when I try to add some curvature in my movement. I've noticed that some of my hair also slides out of the locked in plates, the flexing plates. Reviews that I have watched that talk about this rave about the flexing plates and say that it holds all of the hair that goes in into place, which I have not found to be entirely true when using, especially if I'm trying to curl my hair, twist it around. I definitely have a little bit of like loose ends coming out of it. So another thing that's claimed about this is that you can style with one pass, which also prevents additional heat damage. And I have found that to be true unless it leaves the kinks in my hair. Then I have to go back and make adjustments, maybe go over it again, or just smooth out the kinks that it's caused. So one of my motivators to purchase this is that it can act as a curling iron. But what I have found so far is that there are some inconsistencies. I think I need to play around with it before I can make a firm judgment on these inconsistencies, if it's just my misdoing the way I'm handling it, the direction in which it's facing. So I'm gonna play around before I make a firm verdict over this. But as of now, I have been struggling to get a perfect curl with every curl. Another con is the more obvious, which is the price point. It is definitely on the higher end of the spectrum. So I'm definitely diving in to see if it's worth the hype, worth all the money, especially if it can act as a 2-in-1, maybe splitting the difference and only having to buy one tool and not having to carry around multiple could be a great benefit. So I will let you guys know later on, after I've had more time to play around with it, if it's worth the steep price point. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys a realistic day of using the Dyson Corrale for me. I was going to do this on freshly washed hair, but that's not realistic because I don't wash my hair every single day. So this is slept on hair. I slept with it in a bun, so it definitely has some kinks, some texture, some waves to it. And I'm going to show you how I've been using this. First, I'm just gonna grab some clips because I'm going to separate my hair. I'm just gonna split each side in half and then pin it back so it's out of the way. So I like to smooth my hair out before I go in with any hot tools, just so it glides through nicer and we get a better finished product. So I'm gonna take a reasonably sized chunk of hair because they said the flex plates, you can actually fit more hair into it, causing less damage. So we're gonna put that to the test. Okay, so I'm just gonna glide all the way through and then flip it at the bottom. You see, some definitely came out. There was a piece that came out. So I just want to do like a small curl at the bottom. Okay, so for those pieces that came out, I'm just gonna wait until later to touch them up, and I'll keep going with the rest. Maybe I'll try taking smaller sections of hair if that's gonna keep happening and see if that's a better solution. We're kind of learning together right now, you guys. I've only used this a few times, so let's check it out. So I especially notice kinking at the bottom of my hair. It seems to kind of get stuck a little bit. And I don't know if there's just more stiffness in the hair or if it's when I'm starting to turn the barrel that there's some resistance. I did just get a haircut, so my hair should technically not have too much rigidity at the bottom. It should be pretty smooth. Not so sure about that. Okay, I'm just gonna keep on going through the section. So I finished one section. Like I said, I'm not gonna hairspray it. I'm gonna let you guys see the end result without anything because it's worked so far and we're just gonna run with it. I'm just repeating the exact same steps on this side. My hair tangles so easily, and that's why I have to keep on brushing through it. It's a little side tangent. I mentioned that we were moving. We just moved into our new place and I'm so excited because the owner has built like a glam room. Literally, I feel like this house was destined for us. I just feel so at home. Like as soon as we moved in, it just felt like it was so right. I'll show you guys more eventually because it's really beautiful, but I'm still kind of in the midst of unpacking some miscellaneous boxes and trying to get organized. So I will keep you posted. I'm so grateful though, because our search to find a place was such a nightmare. Some of the people that we had to deal with, it was just so discouraging. We really were like looking and looking until the last minute. And then we came to look at a different property and the realtor showed us this one as well. And it was like a same day deal. It just happened so miraculously. The realtor was amazing. The owner is a dream. I just can't believe we got so lucky. You see, I don't know if you can see on camera, but there's some like visible kinks where I started to turn the barrel inward, where it kind of got stuck a little bit. I'm just trying to get a feel for it, but I think it might just be inevitable. Like I also just don't always love the way the curl looks, but I think it also depends on how I'm holding it. This hairstyle is definitely going to require some touch-ups. I don't know why it's easier for me to do on one side than the other. Like I feel like I struggle to have the same angles and like the same fluidity than I do on the opposite side. I was gonna let these cool before I started doing touch-ups, but I feel like this side just needs it immediately and I know where. And I don't need it to cool, I just need to fix it. Another thing I like to do with this hairstyle is pin up like around this area to add a little bit more volume around my face. And I'm showing you guys this like exactly how I would do this on my own. Okay, now I'm just gonna let it cool and settle for a second. I'll take the pins down and then I might fix like the framing around my face a little bit. Okay, I've let everything cool for a few minutes now. Situation. See what can be fixed. I feel like this side has more of a curl than this side, so I'm just gonna add a little bit over here and give it like a little pull because I don't want a full curl. Okay, now that side's way curlier. I always like to take a wide tooth comb and just brush through the curls. Okay, the front really doesn't matter that much to me, in all honesty, because I usually tuck my hair, like the front bits behind my ears. It just gives kind of like a more polished look, especially when like the top bits have been straightened. It's just really smooth and nice. I'm just gonna take the smallest drop of hair oil and massage it into my hands. If I feel like I took too much, I'll usually just like rub my hands with it, like around the surface to try to get rid of the excess, and then just like gently shake and smooth it through. I think it's really easy to go overboard with the hair oil and then it completely ruins the look and the curls. So we just want to kind of like smooth out the bottom. And there we have it. This is how I've been using the Dyson Corrale thus far to style my hair, and I really love it. This is kind of a look I always try to go for, whether I'm blowing out my hair or curling, but this device has made it so much easier just to get like a loose nice kind of like fallen curl. I just like how easy and effortless it is. It's not a big undertaking, and I feel like it works on all different hair lengths. It just looks nice, polished, presentable, and it doesn't take too much time. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you learned something about the Dyson Corrale, whether you're in the market to buy one or you're just curious and looking for new hairstyle inspirations, whatever it may be. And I'm wishing you all the best new year, the best 2024, and I will see you guys in the next video.